Welcome or welcome back to my channel, guys. There has been news, breaking news. Patrick Mahomes and his wife, Brittany Mahomes, have recently been in talks with the WNBA when it comes to finding what city should the WNBA expand to. This is news everywhere, but this is the article I found from Athlon Sports titled, Patrick Mahomes, Brittany Mahomes reportedly in talks with the WNBA. It says the WNBA is coming off of the most successful season the league has ever seen, with the 2024 editions of Indiana Fever's rookie Caitlin Clark and Chicago Sky's forward Angel Reese, among others. The WNBA has seen popularity unlike ever before. Enough so that Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes and his wife, Brittany Mahomes, wanted to get involved. With the newfound spotlight, the league has started an expansion process. In 2025, the WNBA will introduce the first of many new teams, the Golden State Valkyries. The league has also revealed that two other unnamed teams will be added for Portland and Toronto, the first ever WNBA organization in Canada. However, there could be a fourth expansion team coming to the WNBA. According to ESPN's Adam Schefter, the ownership group of the Kansas City Current, which is part of the National Women's Soccer League, has been in talks with the WNBA as they look to bring the next team to their city. Oh, wow. Among those involved in the group include Patrick and Brittany Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is well experienced in part ownership of sports franchises, as he has been involved with the city's MLB team, the Kansas City Royals, and the MLS squad supporting KC. The former Texas Tech star also co-owns Alpine Racing, part of Formula One. In 2024, the WNBA set many viewership and attendance records and brought in over 54 million unique viewers across major broadcast networks and has had its highest total attendance over the past 22 years with over 2.35 million fans. So still a downside to such a special season was the fact that the WNBA is still set to lose $40 million, which is still a little better than the initially projected loss of $50 million. Damn, they really in the hole. However, the league's financial situation is expected to improve after it inks an 11-year, $2.2 billion media rights deal with Disney, which owns ESPN, NBC, and Amazon. Again, guys, this is very exciting news. Patrick Mahomes and his wife, Brittany Mahomes, getting this opportunity to talk with the WNBA on just possibly having another expansion team come to Kansas City. Okay, Kansas City is a huge football town. Of course, it also has baseball, and I also believe it has a hockey league that he also is part owner of, or he owns in some way. So Patrick Mahomes is not going to be running out of coin anytime soon. But there's been a lot of talks with like the popularity of expansion teams. I'm excited for it. Don't get me wrong. I kind of want to do a video on this separately because there's just so much that goes into it. But overall, my thoughts is, it's like people having children. Let's say you have 4 children, right? And some of them are being neglected. Why would you continue having more? Okay, I believe that we got to kind of slow down when it comes to expanding the WNBA, all these teams, because again, you have so many teams that don't have state-of-the-art facilities. You have so many teams. I believe ain't nobody told the tea yet, but since Candace Parker said throughout her entire career of being a Los Angeles Sparks, she didn't even have her own locker. There was no locker. Like, guys, how can we keep expanding? We need, they need to have their own. I believe they shouldn't be flying commercial. It's like, again, like, let's take care of the teams that we have right now. Let's make sure that every last one of them have the resources to compete. Why is it that only, what's the name of the team? Phoenix Mercury, Las Vegas Aces, and who else that we know for sure? Chicago Sky, they just now getting a facility. They have them freaking practicing at like a YMCA public facility that closed at 10 o'clock. Whereas the Las Vegas Aces ladies, on the other hand, they have a state-of-the-art facility. They got private chefs, a smoothie juice bar. They got, cryotherapy, underwater treadmills. They have all this state-of-the-art technology to compete, okay? And Chicago Sky, they ain't had none of that, okay? They was literally working out in a high school gymnasium. That's how I would liken it to. Of course, the Phoenix Mercury, they just had a $100 million plus dollar facility, state-of-the-art for all the bells and whistles, and they still suck. And that's why I said, like, Nate Tibbett got to go. Okay, he's the head coach of the Phoenix Mercury team, the highest paid WNBA coach, and for nothing, okay? There's another team. The Connecticut Sun, even though they're really good, when they were practicing for the playoffs, when it was Connecticut Sun versus Indiana Fever, they literally had to share a half court for a toddler's birthday. It was a 3-year-old's birthday party that was renting out half the court. Like, how is this even? This is embarrassing. How is that even possible? So you mean to tell me, and again, like I've always said, there's low-key a direct correlation when it comes to these teams who have poor performance. Phoenix Mercury excluded, I guess, right? In my eyes, they're still like, they were like 6 seed, but still, they could be much better, right? They had 3 gold medalists, Olympians on their damn squad. But it's like when you see these teams, like Las Vegas Aces, they repeated the championship back to back in 2022 and in 2023. Unfortunately, this year they were not able to three-peat. But if you look at their facilities, okay, their owners, The co-owners, their GM takes good care of those ladies. Okay, look at their front office. Now compare them to a team like the Sparks, okay, the Atlanta Dream. They don't have the state of the art facilities. They either have to share a community center or hopefully like an NBA team of that city. They're gracious enough to allow the ladies, they kind of like loan them their facilities, their training spaces. But again, like it's not fair to either side because it's like the men, they have their own thing. They gotta be able to compete, have their own resources, their own training facilities. When you got to share it with the little sister, right? I always say like the NBA is the big brother, the WNBA being the little sister. You got to share your toys, you got to share your room. It's like people want their own stuff, and it's like again, like you need those type of facilities. You need those chefs. You need everything that you can, cryotherapy. In order to prevent and help aid in injuries and recovering from injuries, right? And you don't see most of the teams in WNBA doesn't have that. If you look at the last four bottom teams, the Dallas Wings, Los Angeles Sparks, Atlanta Dream, who else? Washington Mystics. They don't have those state of the art facilities, and it shows in their performance. So again, guys, I am excited about the WNBA's expansion. And Patrick Mahomes and Brittany Mahomes, they want to bring a WNBA team. He wants to be co-owner of it. I'm excited for them, and it'll be more than likely in Kansas City, where he plays as an NFL quarterback for the Chiefs. But it's like, again, let's take care of the teams that we have right now. Let's allow all the ladies to be able to actually compete on a professional scale by giving them the training facilities that they need, by giving them, I believe again, like private flights, just give them the resources that they need right now before we just continue to expand, and grow. Well, guys, comment down below. What are your thoughts on Brittany Mahomes? He's an amazing football player, and his wife, Brittany Mahomes, actually having chat with the WNBA about possibly expanding to the Kansas City. What are your thoughts on that? And also, do you believe that this is the right thing to do? Again, like in my opinion, I just told you guys, I believe we need to take care of the teams first right now before we just continue to grow. Again, how you gonna have 4 children? You ain't got no diapers, Similac for 2 of the 4, but the other 2 of the 4 they taken care of. You got the rich baby daddies. Okay, you got 4 children by 4 different men. 2 of the men that is your baby father is rich. Those 2 kids that are fathered by them, they well taken care of. They pampered. They got all the silver spoon in their mouth. The other 2 you got by 2 broke baby fathers who are not, taking care of their kids. Their kids don't be having Pampers, wipes. They can't go to basketball camp. They can't go to cheerleading camp. They can't take piano lessons. And then you got the nerves to be pregnant again. Make it make sense.